Hey, good evening, everyone. It is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to IFYL Inspirations for Your Life. I'm so happy that you have popped in to join me on another great show and an ending of a master topic of the week. We start on a Saturday, we roll all the way through the week, and we finish up on a Friday, which is today. And thank you so much. First of all, if you're new here, grab your smartphone, launch your camera app, point over that QR code, touch the yellow ellipse. You'll get my link tree just like that. If you are listening to us and not watching us, then go to believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing creations. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, whether you're watching us at 10:30 p.m., 10:30 a.m., 6 a.m., 6 p.m., 12 noon, 12 midnight, 1 a.m., 1 p.m., whatever time you watch. Thank you so much for making Inspirations for Your Life a daily part of your motivation to start your day. All right, let's get right in with our master topic. Everyone, are you ready for our master topic? I know you know what it is, but let's tell you what it is again. It's understanding synchronicities. All right, so why do synchronicities happen? They happen to give us guidance in our world, right? So let's go back to this again. What is a synchronicity? In case you guys are new and you missed the show. Basically, it's a coincidence of events that appear meaningfully related, but do not seem to be casually connected. And this is because of Jungian psychologist with the psychoanalytic theory to be evidence of a connection between the mind and material objects. Again, coincidence of events that appear meaningfully related, but do not seem to be casually connected. And so we talked about the fact that you can have coincidence with numbers, coincidence, whether that be on a license plate. You could have it on a thermostat. You could have it on something you pick up. You could have it on a shirt, on a building, an address. It doesn't matter what it is, but it can just appear. The other day I was looking at my phone and I realized I was looking at three numbers, they just happen to pop out of my head. And so that happened. Now, before, which was just later on, I think it was this morning, I saw 911. Now, I want to explain this to you. I've been seeing 911 an awful lot. And 911 means something pretty interesting. Okay. 911 is something people might be scared about, but don't be, because I know 911 means help. But what I will tell you is this. I went on a mission to figure out what this means. And it's very interesting because the unique numbers throughout your day are a sign the guardian angel is trying to communicate with you. So angels send messages to Earth. And one way they communicate with you is through angel numbers or repeated number sequences. What does it mean when you see 911? You often think about a lost love. Could be a sign that you have missed someone or be thinking about someone in your past. Okay. Maybe you'll daydream about that. Seeing 911 could also be a sign that a person from your past is thinking about you. While this might be an encouraging sign, your guardian angel is actually sending you a friendly reminder to focus on the present moment. God has a very specific purpose for us during our time on Earth. Now, while you may often think about someone from your past, seeing 911 is a message that we should put the past behind us. You've been blessed throughout your life to receive God's grace on multiple occasions, but it's no secret that you had to overcome more obstacles than most people ever experience in their entire lifetime. 911 might be bittersweet as a message for you. On one hand, it's a heavy reminder of tough times you've been through. On the other hand, it is a symbolic code of how far you have come. God is watching over you. It's a positive sign. And so 911 in the Bible, for those of you that are read the Bible, is it's an angel number, and it's a divine completeness of faith, virtue, and God's power. Due to difficulties in numerology translation, the Bible interpretation may not be able to convey the exact meaning. So seeing 911 as a spiritual message meant only for you. So it's vital to take into account when and where you saw this number in order to determine its true meaning. If we dive deeper, the meaning 9 is a symbol of finality or divine completeness in the Bible, right? Jesus died on the 9th hour of the day, and his death is what allowed salvation for others. So the 1 is an angel number, which is very symbolic in the Bible, and it represents God's power and self-sufficiency. God does not need us, but we need him. As you can see, angel numbers 9 and 1 have a very powerful symbol. And now, the important thing to understand is that it really has a connection, okay? It has an amazing, amazing connection. And so you might be saying, what the heck is 911? And 911 is a wake-up call, is a way to tell you that you are on the right path. You are on the right path. Okay? And so when we think about, 911, a lot of people freak out like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? But really, we need to take a breath and understand that our back is being taken care of for us. You might have heard the phrase that, most people worry so much, but 9 out of 10 of those problems actually fall into a ditch before the problem even really rears its head. Now, that might sound crazy, but it's the truth. Okay? I will tell you that it's interesting, okay? Because people don't necessarily understand what 911 means. And you might be saying, hey, John, I don't quite get it. Okay. And the reason you don't get it is you're saying, hey, this makes no sense. This makes no sense. And if something makes no sense, then how can it help me in my life? Well, I think it comes back to the fact that we can make a difference in our life. Okay, we can make a difference, but we have to believe. We have to believe. If you were to see a number, now I remember before I saw a number, it was actually I saw 7 7, then 7 7 7, then 7 7 7 7, right? And that sounded pretty cool, but I think a lot of people don't quite understand what a number means or how it's trying to let us know that this is indeed a very, very good thing. And so we've been conditioned to think that 9/11 is something bad, but it's not bad at all. It's just something that we may not be used to or used to seeing it in that fashion. Okay. And if we're not used to seeing it in that fashion, then what does that mean? It simply means that as a let's say as a person, it's easy for us to be confused. Okay, very easy to be confused, and you can understand why, right? This is all for one reason, and that is because we're looking at a perception in the world. We're looking at a perception. And if we look at a perception, then I believe that we're thinking that's the only way. But it is a perception. Okay. And if the perception is something that we understand, then great, right? We're happy. But if it's a perception that we get confused about, it's like, oh, it must be bad. Like, so 911 was originally created for help. So you might ask the question, why did the EMT choose 911? Oh, that's a great question. So it's a universal emergency number in the United States. In 2017, approximately 240 million calls were made to 911. Okay. Choosing 911 as a universal emergency number was not an arbitrary selection, but it wasn't a difficult one either. In it was 67, the FCC met with AT&T to establish an emergency number, and they want a number that was short and easy to remember. More importantly, they need a unique number, and since 911 had never been designated for an office code, area code, or service code, that was the number they chose. Soon after, Congress agreed to support 911 as the emergency number standard for the nation and passed legislation making 911 the exclusive number for any emergency calling service. In 1968, Alabama Senator Rankin Fight made the first 911 call in the United States in Haleyville, Alabama. And the Alabama Telephone Company carried the call. A week later, Nome, Alaska implemented a 911 system. In 1973, the White House Office of Telecommunication issued a national statement supporting the use of 911 and pushed for establishment of a federal information center to assist government agencies in implementing the system. After its initial acceptance in the late 1960s, 911 systems quickly spread across the country. But by 1979, about 26% of the U.S. population had 911 service, and 9 states had passed legislation for a statewide 911 system. Later on, through parts of 1970s, 911 grew at a rate of 70 new local systems per year. And approximately 50% of the U.S. population had 911 service by 1987. By 1999, about 95% of the United States population was covered by 911 service. And 911 works for both landline and wireless calls. 911 became the number to call the police or emergency services in 1968 in the United States. What did people do before 911? Before it was introduced, there was no centralized number that people could call in times of an emergency. Anyone who wanted to contact the police or the fire department had to dial 0 to reach an operator or dial a 10-digit number. So what's the meaning of the 911 emergency number? Well, in 1967, as I said, the FCC and AT&T collaborated to establish the universal emergency number that could be quickly implemented, and the digits 911 were chosen because it was easy to remember and served both parties. You can still call 911 today, as we know. And what happens if you call 911 and hang up? Well, when you dial the emergency response 911 and hang up the phone, the call taker is obligated to call you back. If they are unable to reach you, then they will send police to your location. So if you do call 911, it is very important that if you get disconnected, to call them right back. Usually, with a lot of cell phones now, If you call 911 and hang up, it will actually lock your phone until they're able to call you back. I'm not sure if you guys know about that. So, if you call 911 on a cell phone and the call drops, the phone locks. Um, and it's for the auto dial back. Okay. Um, and people say to me, John, well, how do you unlock the phone? I understand why the phone locks and refuses to let me dial or text after a call. Who decided that this was a good idea and how do I get out of it? So there's a reason. And they said whoever thought of the idea should definitely be fired. But if you want to permanently disable the function, um, you'll know after an auto accident, someone just may need to call the kids, the office, and their business to check on things. There's no option in your phone to change this, and people say they want to stop. But the reason is that it locks the phone until emergency responder dispatch can get in touch with you. So I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that synchronicities are all around us. Whether you believe them or not, they happen. If you don't believe them, you're never going to see them. Your RAS, your reticular activating system, is not going to pay attention to them. They're going to happen, but you're just not going to notice them. You have to be present in the moment. You have to believe in them, okay? And you don't try to make them happen. So you might say, oh, gee, well, I'm going to go over here and set this number. No, that would be making a situation. That would not be a condition that would be considered, as synchronicity. So a synchronicity could be something as simple as, you get on a plane and you have this thought to call someone. And just as you're boarding the plane, that person calls you. So synchronicities, as we said, are two different events that don't appear to be logically related, but they have a relation indirectly. So pretty interesting, right? How that happens. So I want to let you know that synchronicities are all around us. And a good way to get more synchronicities in your life is to ask for them and is to also get out in nature, meditate, and be grateful and thankful for the synchronicities that are in your life. So let's repeat this once again. What is a synchronicity? It's really simple. It's a coincidence of events that appear meaningfully related, but do not seem to be casually connected. And this is by Jung, the psychoanalytic theory, to the evidence of a connection between the mind and material objects. So I think what we can learn from this whole week is that if we understand that synchronicities are part of our world, not to be afraid of them, to embrace them, not to go looking for them, but to notice them when they show up, which a synchronicity is a pattern. So I just noticed one right now. I wasn't looking for one. I've been noticing the number 3. Okay, 3 is an angel number. Now you might say, gee, where did I see it? Well, I was looking at my phone, I saw 3, and I was looking at my lights, and on the 3 let's say candle light sticks on the desk lamp, there are 3 of them. Okay. And very, very interesting, because the angel number 3 means something. It's one of the most spiritual and magical numbers, and it's been considered the most perfect number because it's linked to the heavens, the earth, and the oceans. So when you see the number 3, or you have an experience of number 3, it's pure joy, abundance, and opportunity is awaiting you. The number vibrates with positive energy of creativity, openness, and invites you to step into new experiences and embrace fresh beginnings. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It has been an amazing privilege, pleasure, and honor to be with you. I hope you'll choose to definitely like, love, support the channel. Definitely tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. Go to, yes, my YouTube channel, John Space C Space MRLAY Space Serial Entrepreneur. Look for that key phrase, help keep our content free. Click the PayPal link. Make the choice to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, or a delicious, yummy plate of scrumptious desserts. Either way, we're going to be grateful with those pennies and dollars you invest into us. We'll put into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping, motivational content to empower you, ladies and gentlemen, to have a pretty amazing life. All right. Now, I want to share one other thing that I definitely think you want to check out. Go to believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing creations and go to John's recent articles and read my latest article. How and why does music change our mood? It does. And you'll be very surprised to learn that music also influences and makes pets happier if it's the right kind. Have yourself a great rest of your night. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new master topic. I have a great guest that will be on the show tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Of course, you missed that. We always do have the replays. Definitely going to enjoy my guest. I had actually been on her show before, and now she's actually going to be on my show, Catherine Lelwin. And we're going to be talking about our new master topic, but I'm not going to share that with you until tomorrow. But definitely stay tuned because you're going to love the show tomorrow, and I'm sure you're going to love my guest. So have yourself a great evening, and I'm going to see you guys tomorrow morning. Be well, everyone.